Hello, today's video is about self-confidence and more importantly, how do you become self-confident? And I'm often asked this question, and how do we get over it? So people with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, how can you turn this thing around so that you at least appear to be a confident person? Because being confident usually means that you come across better and you are able to close certainly more sales and progress further in life quicker. The thing about self-confidence is it can be taught, so you can learn this thing. So the number one thing I would suggest that you do is know about the subject that you're talking about. So whether you're in real estate, whether you're in financial services, whatever you're in, know your business. So that's a number one tip. If you know the subject that you're talking about, that you're going to talk about, you're employed in, the business that you are in, then that will automatically give you self-confidence, because deep inside, you'll know exactly what you're talking about. So that's a great start, and anybody can learn their subject. It's just a matter of time and effort equals knowledge. So you put both of those in, you'll be knowledgeable about your subject, and then you can talk about it at any point. And so that's number one. Number two is doing the small things then. So if you've got a presentation to do, if you've got a sales meeting to do, prepare for the meeting. So one of the things that I do every single morning is I run through my day. So when I get up, I usually bounce out of bed, go to the bathroom, whatever it is that I need to do first thing, then I come back into bed and I just, for a few minutes, visualize my day. And I visualize the start of the day, the middle of the day, the important meetings that I have, and I visualize coming back home having had a very, very successful day. So I know what the pitfalls are going to be, so I can prepare for those. The other thing about being confident and not being nervous around things is this thing that's known as eat the frog. So in your day, there are some tasks that you have that you don't particularly like. We all have them. I have them, and it doesn't matter about how old you are, how wealthy you are, what sex you are. We all have things to do that we don't particularly like. And, if you put them off to the end of the day, then you kind of have this day where you're dreading that. And so your self-confidence goes in all the other tasks that you're doing. So, eat the frog basically means do those tasks first, get them out of the way, and if you can get them out of the way, then the rest of the day, will be much better, and you'll have a lot more confidence around those things. So if you let problems linger, then you get worried, and worry isn't good for your self-confidence. So that is another thing that you need to address when it comes to self-confidence. So know your subject, prepare for any meetings that you have. And when you do those two things, your self-confidence will begin to soar, right? Don't be around negative people. So people that are putting you down all the time, don't be around those people, because that's never ever going to do anything for your self-confidence. Negative Nellies, remove them from your life. Okay? And there are people that and they could be very, very close to you, that don't really serve you and make you nervous. It's a bit like, going to see the headmaster when you were at school. There's no confidence that any of us had when that was going to happen, because you usually didn't go and see the headmaster because you'd done well, right? You went to see the headmaster because something was gone wrong and you were going to get a telling off. And it's the same with these negative people around you, that they are actually the source of your lack of confidence. So get rid of those people, have some people that will cheer you. So when you tell your friends that I'm going to do this sales meeting this afternoon, they go, right, yeah, smash it, right? Get some fans around you, and that will lift you and your self-confidence. And remember, the other person that you're talking to could also be suffering from the same thing. So, they're so worried about their self-confidence, their appearance, what you think about them, that they may not even have the time to worry about whether you look nervous. right? So don't worry too much about it. Go with the flow is your tip number 3, that don't overthink these things, all right? One of the things that happens quite a lot, and I just had a conversation about appearing on my TV show, and my guest was saying, I'd like to know the questions, and then I can prepare. I said, look, I don't have a TV show that is going to try and trip you up over anything. It's just a conversation. We've actually talked for about 30 minutes right now, and there's been no issues. So, don't overthink it. Come as you are, and I will take care of that. So remember, most of your meetings, most of your conversations, the other person is there to help you. So use them. If you get stuck, use them. And the last tip for you is don't try and waffle your way through. What I mean by that is if you don't know the answer to something, say that you don't know it, and you'll find out, and you'll come back to them. And tell them, if you can, when you will come back to them by, and do it. So you're not expected to know the answers to everything. Nobody does. So, and again, don't get nervous about that. Expect to be asked questions that you don't know the answers to. Don't try and fluff it. Don't waffle. Tell it straight. I don't know that right now, but I'll make a note of that. I'll find out, and I'll come back to you by Monday, by Wednesday, next week, in a month. So, and that will really be helpful to you, because you can answer any question with that, can't you? Any question that anybody asks you, you could always say to them, let me come back to you on that. And that gives you time to think, and it gives you the opportunity to do your research and come back with the correct answer. Now, the person on the other end might not like that, and you may lose that sale, but so what, right? You're not going to get every pitch that you go to. You're not going to be successful in every conversation that you get to. And that's a simple fact of life. So do not beat yourself up if it doesn't all go your way. If you have low self-confidence right now, then take time, because it's not going to transform overnight, okay? So those are my tips on self-confidence. I hope that they've been useful to you and you can use those. If you've used them, give me some feedback. We're getting some amazing feedback from people that are using some of the advice that I'm offering in these videos and getting great results. If you are, that's fantastic. If you're not and you're still unsure, then get in touch with me and we'll see if we can do something about that. So have a great evening. Until next time, goodbye.